Okay guys, back for another cast on the Sorcerer. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get it. And it's the usual multiplayer IPX. And I'm still on Nightmare, making Nightmare runs. And I have sort of an announcement, you could say. In the previous episode, I killed Diablo on Nightmare difficulty. And it was in total the second hell area on Nightmare difficulty run. My experience gained when I started that episode was 14.7 million. It's way more now, and it has to do with that I made another run on Nightmare. That would be the third run total, actually, in the hell area, meaning level 13 to 16 down below. But I've actually forgot to record it, and nothing really happened except I got some experience and I got some gold, but no items dropped. And so after that, you could say the experience that I have made a run and I didn't record it, and that didn't happen all too much. I decided to, well, you know what, I'm gonna make quite a few more runs, and then I can sort of make a summary, and then you can see what happens from time to time. So totally I made 10 runs since I recorded last, and that did eventually bring me some items besides the experience gained and the gold picked up. I'm currently at, just gonna show you my experience bar. I'm currently level 35. Last time I recorded, I think I was level 29 or 30 in the last episode where I killed Diablo on Nightmare difficulty. So I've gained from 14.7 million to 60. Well, this is, to be complete nerdy, this is 65,525,453 experience gained, also known as 65.5 million. Next level is 67.8. So as you can see, I've gained quite a bit of experience. Each run on Nightmare difficulty, meaning level 13, 14, 15, 16, where Diablo is at level 16, will net me around 5 million experience and around 100 to 150,000 gold. I spent the gold on spellbooks and elixirs that I buy by the witch, or items that I can buy by the blacksmith. It's fairly rare that either the witch or the blacksmith has any sort of physical item. Well, they do have spellbooks and elixirs, or the witch does, but it's rarely that I can buy a rare item, say like a sword or a shield or a staff or something like that. It's very rare, actually. Anyway, just to show my sort of evolution in items that dropped from me. And by the way, now that you got sort of my total stats here on the Sorcerer, you can see that Strength, Magic and Dexterity is now golden. That means that I've hit cap. I cannot get any more Strength, Magic or Dexterity by leveling up. And the reason why it's capped already at level 35, level 50 is max in the game, is due to all the elixirs that I bought by the witch, which is completely legal, and she will have them from time to time. As I've been mainly capping magic first, because what's Alpha Omega for the Sorcerer is getting your mana pool as high as possible. It's no wonder actually that Vitality comes in last. After all, Strength will give me the option to carry heavier items, like say a heavier shield or helmet or stuff like that. And Dexterity will give me a little extra armor class. Besides the ability to hit more, but I'm pretty sure to hit only goes for physical damage, like say swords, axes, bows, etc., not for magic. Where resists, the mobs that I'm killing or engaging down below can have resist as well as I can myself. So I don't really need Vitality all that much. It's not that strange that it's not capped yet, because I'm rely more on my mana pool instead due to the spell Mana Shield. But you all know all about that now. I can imagine if you've seen an episode or two before. Anyway, the evolution of my gear was that I used to have a staff of I think it was 33 lightning resist and I think it was some kind of wizardry, so lightning resist blah blah of wizardry. So all in all, I think it got me like, let's say 54 mana points and 33 lightning resists. But I did find a new staff, and it's this one. It's a unique called Mindcry, and it dropped from a... let me see, I actually wrote it up back then. It dropped from a regular mob on level 15 on Nightmare difficulty. And even though it will actually give me less mana, I think I had like 54 mana. This will give me the 15 magic, the top bar line you could see on the item. The 15 to magic will give me 30 mana, and that's all the extra mana I got. But you could say the last, I probably lost like 20 mana points from my old staff and 33 lightning resist. But on the other hand, I got resist all 15%, so that's a total of 60. No, not true. That's a total of 3 times 15, because it's resist all. You can see when I remove it, I go from 20 to 35. And the 20, by the way, I have from the plate. As you can see, the second last line says resist all 20%. But so I changed 33% lightning resist for 15% to all of the 3 categories, meaning at that total I got 45% resist instead of 33 lightning. I then lost, I think around, I had like, let's just say 54 mana points on the old staff due to the secondary stat that were besides lightning resist, and I got 30 magic instead. But what's really good about this staff is not the 69 guardian charges, because that's utter crap. I'm never going to use that. But it's the fact that all my spells are increased 1 level. So if I go inside my spell book, you can see here that my spells are currently capped at level 17. And it has to do with 15 is normally capped for all characters, including warriors and rogues. But I have my spells are increased by 1 level from my plate, and then an additional level from the staff. So it's quite a good staff, really. It could be better, it could be worse, but it was definitely better than the one I had. On the same run, I actually got a Drake's Ring. Drake is the second highest tier for mana points. The highest tier is Dragon. And yeah, I'm just going to equip it, and you'll see that my mana pool will increase. The other items that I have currently is the same that I had when I left you last. I had the ring before. It had some magic or fire resist. I don't recall. I sold it in the meantime during my 10 runs. And these 2 items, the staff here, Mindcry, and this ring, Drake's Ring, I actually found both on level 15 in the same game. I think it was maybe the 3rd run or something like that I didn't record. After that, I got on my 6th run from regular mobs on level 16. I had a unique drop, namely Wizard Spike. Wizard Spike is huge mana pool, 15 to magic, and then 35 mana on top, and then resist all 25%. So I decided to use that instead of the staff. I'm just going to go up here by the blacksmith, because I intend to do a full run here on Nightmare after, so you can see how much more powerful the Sorcerer has become on 10 additional Nightmare runs with new gear as well. So the Wizard Spike here, dropped on level 16 on the 6th run or something like that. It'll increase my mana pool. I'm currently at 782, and equipping I increased to 817, so that's quite a bit. That's 35 extra mana. And what do I pay? You could say, well, I lose my resist all 15%, but then again, I don't really, because this is a one-hander after all, the dagger, whereas the staff is a two-hander. And I had this shield with resist all that dropped actually on my first hell run on normal difficulty. So you could say I can equip both of these items instead of the staff, as it's a two-hander, like I said. So more mana, but lose the increased, you could say, spell cap, which was 17 before. Now it's 16. On the other hand, I can then equip my shield, and to be honest, 35 resist all is just too low, and that's the main reason why I'm doing it like this. So from doing this setup instead of Mindcry, I lose one maximum spell level, but it's fine. My damage is pretty good nevertheless, and I'm getting close to cap resist, not to mention that I get a higher mana pool. So that, all in all, that goes without saying. I'm thinking about making a mule and then an item like this, which would be a really good beginner's item. I could probably stuff that on the mule, but that's another story. So on the same run on level 16 where I found the wizard spike, I actually found this beauty as well. It's top tier for additional mana gains, 59. And the 19 strength is fine, but it's mainly due to the mana, or only due to the mana, that I'm changing this very, very nice amulet that I had already. But as you'll see, 19 to all attributes, that means 19 to magic as well. That will give me 38 mana. So 817 minus 38, you do the math. So I can tell you that's 779 mana. If I equip the dragons instead, you'll see my mana pool rise from 817 to 838. So it's an additional 21 mana. And it's definitely worth. It's a keeper, then you could say. Yeah. So I think the run after, 2 runs after, I got another Drake's Ring from a regular mob on level 16. I had this drop before, same, you could say, same name really. It's both Drake's Ring, but they can I think they can go from like 41 to 51. Or is it 40 to 50? I don't recall about that. So like Dragon's Amulet can go from 51 to 60, I think. Then Drake can go from 41 to 50. And even though I have had a pretty good ring already, as you can see here on my mana pool, it'll increase my mana pool further. So currently 838. I'm changing a Drake's Ring of 50 for a Ring of the Zodiac that will give me 32 mana points. So it's additional from 838 to 858. I lose hit points and all kinds of other stuff, and it's just fine. The main thing you really need a sorcerer, like I've said from the first episode, is mana. Mana. You can never get enough mana, really, as it's offense as well as defense. The last 3 items, so when I had to drop all the gold that I sort of got from doing various runs here, the 10 runs that I did, and like I said, I got like 100 to 150,000 gold per run. I'd made shopping rounds on the blacksmith as well, and he gave me, on one of the runs, he gave me a master sword. It's not the perfect sword. The perfect sword would be a King's Sword of Haste. Masters is pretty high. I think it's a tier 2 below King's, and it's not of haste. But I need some kind of physical damage, because on hell difficulty, on the lowest level, on level 16, there will be mobs known as advocates. It's the guys that do the fireball, that cast fireballs on you, and they are immune to pretty much all your magic except for Stone Curse. You can't do any damage to them, even as a sorcerer, unless you have some kind of physical damage. So I'm trying to find a good sword, a good one-handed sword, so I'll be able to kill them eventually when I get to level 16 on hell difficulty. And so far this has been the best that I've found so far. Another item I bought from the blacksmith is this one, Jade Helm of Sorcery. Resist all 23, 17 to magic. I currently have 19 to magic, so I'm willing to sacrifice a few mana points. I think I lose 4 mana points. I'm going from 856 to 852. On the other hand, my resist will be maxed. I'll get the last 4% that I need to have 75% resist all. Yeah, and the old helmet, I'm just gonna sell it. I don't need it
what can I do for you?
Goodbye, helmet. There we go. Yeah, so final item. I just bought it a couple of minutes ago, actually, before I decided to record this episode. It's I bought it by the witch. All staffs will be bought by the witch, but the stats are just insane. 58 mana point, Dragon Staff of Wizardry, 58 mana points, and then 29 for magic. And if you disregard everything else, including my resistance stuff that I need, you'll see that my mana pool will actually rise quite a bit from 852 to 903. Just to show how wild this item is. And I gave 25,000 gold for this staff, but what is really crazy about it is that you can actually use this on a level 1. There aren't any, not even a strength requirement to it. So you will be able to get this crazy mana pool on a level 1. I prefer, even though it's quite a bit of extra mana, you could say from 903 to 852. It's almost 51 extra mana, but on Hell I need maximum resist, at least on the lower levels. But for now I'm definitely sort of saving this staff. The game is kind of broken that you can buy an item like this for not even that much gold. It's just, but yeah, it's an old game and it's one of the first of its kind, so what can I say? But it's definitely broken that you can buy a staff with these stats by the witch for like pretty much no money at all. So what else did I want to say? And there has been a lot to say, you could say. Yeah, basically I'm just getting ready for Hell, and I'm keep doing these nightmare runs while I'm getting ready for Hell. And like I said, in order to be ready for Hell, I want to increase my mana pool as much as possible. I want to maximize my resist, or at least get as close to. And then the other stats, strength, dexterity, vitality, yeah, sure, but they are completely secondary to magic, and therefore mana points and resists. That's what I really need as a sorcerer. Yeah, so the items that I dropped here, most of them are gonna put them on a mule after this run that I'm making here. And then as long as I get maximum experience on the levels below, then I'm gonna continue doing nightmare runs. I'll probably do maybe 10 new runs now before I put up a video, and you can see the sort of development in the character. And by the way, with all the spell books and stuff, by stuff I mean elixirs that I bought, where I'm capped now, I'm getting close to capped in all spells really. There's not much else to use your gold on really, so spell cap is currently 16, 15 from the game itself, but like I said before, I got +1 increased spell levels at the moment. So 16 is cap, and you can see here my level 1 spells, only Charge Bolt and Heal Other is below 16. Level 2 spells, only Firewall and Flash is below level 16. And level 3 spells, Elemental, and that's about it. My two main workhorses are still, damage-wise, is still Fireball and Chain Lightning, and they are both capped, and you'll notice the difference when I go down and kick some butt down there. And then my level 4 spells are, they're lagging a bit behind, but they're simply, it's fairly rare that she has any of these kind of books. You can see, just for fun, because I haven't got the gold to buy any right now, really.
I sense a soul right in search of answers.
Spell books, I mean. A book of Holy Bolt is what she had, and to be honest, it's already capped. I can buy it just for fun, and you can see it won't make any difference. There we go. So, currently my spell level, just to show you, is level 16, and by reading, even though it's possible for me to do so, a spell book of Holy Bolt, my max possible level is still level 16. No changes will happen there, simply because the spells are capped now. So
I sense a soul in search of answers.
And I figured out there's some kind of formula for maximum possible experience that you can gain. It doesn't start at level 1. It starts somewhat later. I'm not quite sure when, to be honest. But I figured out that my current character level, which is 35, which, yeah, I've risen from level, I think it was 29 or 30 to level 35 since the last episode. It's my character level times 200 experience, so the maximum possible experience I can gain, and it doesn't matter if I'm on Nightmare on Hell or Hell difficulty, it's 35 times 200 experience, meaning I can get 7,000 experience per kill. And I'll show you when I get down. I'll see if I can get aggro from one mob and then try to kill that mob, so you can see it's exactly 7,000 experience that I'm gaining. So setting up my hotkeys as usual is going to be Fireball, Chain Lightning, Stone Curse and Teleport. And then when I go down as usual, I have Mana Shield at the ready, always cast Mana Shield right away, or I could get one-shotted from some of these mobs down there. I'm still a Glass Cannon if I don't have my Mana Shield up, meaning I have only 88 hit points, and the mobs can definitely do more than 88 damage per hit or spell damage. So, yeah, I think that was about it. There was a lot I wanted to say here, but it was 10 runs after all. And like I said, I'm probably going to do 10 more runs when I made the next video, because this game, it's old and it will inevitably get rather sort of repetitive, because you have to do the same maps over and over and over and to try to get more experience and get new loot as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna go down, kick some butt, and you will notice that especially like Fireball capped at 16 and Chain Lightning at 16, it's a whole new game than, say, when I recorded something last, when we were talking like maybe Fireball level 4 or Chain Lightning at level 4, something like that. You still have to apply a bit of technique in order to, especially with Chain Lightning, but in order to make it as effective as possible and not to get too much aggro, you could say. But, you know, first things first, I'm at 65,525,453, and if I kill a mob, it should give me, according to my formula, 7,000 experience. It doesn't matter if I'm here on level 13 or down by Diablo levels 16, the mobs will still award me 7,000 experience. So 7,000 on top of this, that means that the last sort of 5 digits here should change to 32,453. Let's see if we can get one mob to aggro me. Just to... yeah, there we go. I actually got 2. And all this here and just in order to... try and kill one mob, really. Yeah, okay. I got one here. So, okay. He just dropped a ring, by the way. And you can see, you can see now that I'm 32,453. It's 53. Just as I said, I'm just gonna kill the rest now, because they actually are rather annoying doggies here. So the first one I killed, the one that sort of he's up here. I cannot carry anymore. He actually dropped, amusingly enough, he dropped a ring. So, yeah, naturally I got more experience now, but I hope my point is proven that we are talking 7,000 experience per kill, and I cannot get any more than that on Hell difficulty, and it's actually possible to get some pretty decent stats on my gear. Maybe not the best, but to be honest, I think on Hell difficulty, like I said, I'm on Nightmare now, but the hardest difficulty, namely Hell difficulty, will probably have maybe a higher chance to drop items with the best possible stats, meaning stuff like Zodiac and Obsidian, various kind of stats that could be interesting, or say dragons, for instance. That's one reason to go to hell instead of staying on nightmare. The other reason is that eventually I won't get my formula, meaning 35 my current level times 200 experience, but wrong button here. But I'll get less. And when I start to get less experience, then I'm gonna move on, because we are talking lots and lots of runs if I ever want to get capped here. About the chain lightning, the goal is to get all the mobs sort of in one direction compared to where I am. Nothing changed there. But as you can see now, I'm pretty much one-shotting mobs with my fireball, because it's doing so much damage compared to last. So apparently I cannot carry anymore. Succubuses I can kill with chain lightning as well. And yeah, one of them dropped a plate and a sword. Yeah, sure. I'll pick up the sword. Normally I'll pick on my runs here, I'll pick up the magic items. Maybe some of the items that are basically kind of sucky, let's say cloth or leather, stuff like that. Maybe I won't pick them if by chance a lot of these items drop. And in case I didn't say it, then yeah, I'm just gonna pick up the sacks as well. Meaning I gotta make some room. So, in case I didn't say it in my speech before, I sort of... Oh, and that's a plate mail already. I'm getting a lot of drops right now. And it's a bit random. Sometimes you hardly won't get anything at all. And then all of a sudden you have a ton of drops here in short succession. So, yeah. But, usually on level 13, 14... I'd say normally the stats on the items aren't that great. It's like the mobs here are too low tier in order to have a decent chance to drop. Or maybe they can't even drop maybe they can't even drop any sort of high level prefix or suffix on the items. For instance, I don't think I've ever found, say, a dragons of something, not on jewelry anyway, maybe on a staff, I couldn't say, but I haven't found it on rings and amulets where I really want the stat in order to sort of optimize my gear more. I've never found it on these sort of lower level. If I did, it was on some kind of boss, something like the succubus here or the others. Not the dogs, but these guys as well, the stormlords here, they can have a boss. It's random if he's there or not. But you can say, if they are there, then their sort of boss spawn can be there as well. It doesn't go for all the mobs, say the lava maws. I've never seen a lava maw boss, for instance. The lava maws are the sort of red dog that are on this level as well. And as I said in my sort of monologue before I started the action here, then I'll get around 5 million. I think I started about, what is this, 65.5 or something like that. But we can see in the end, if I remember it, where I sort of actually ended. But it'll be around... it'll be around plus 5 million. So end scenario should be around 65.5 million, then that should be around 71 million, something like that. And as rise in level. I'm pretty close to level 36. So next time I should get level 36 times 200 experience, meaning 7,200 experience. Unless at some point the curve sort of breaks, you could say, that you won't get maximum experience. And I'll just have to see when that happens. And like I said, when it happens, I'm gonna move on to hell difficulty in order to get full sort of experience. But yeah, the game is a little broken. I think that even when I'm this sort of eased up, I can still get full experience. Hell is significantly harder, I'd say. It's very hard to for me to get away from, say, mobs like these dragon, no, lava mobs, the red dogs there, because they hit so fast that, and my armor class is so pathetic, to be honest, that they'll just keep they'll sort of lock me in place. But I've talked about that before, because they hit me every single time, and yeah, no fun being a glass cannon when there's a melee mob kicking your butt. So yeah, my damage is kind of awesome, but I'm not invincible, not even a nightmare here. Try to keep my distance all the time. Yeah, and after that I walked pretty close to that guy, but it's because they have this sort of ability to sort of walk around you in circles, and when they do that, they're pretty hard to hit. So what you want to do when you want to use chain lightning as well is, like I said, try to have all the mobs in one direction, and I didn't fully manage that there. Another good thing is to kill all the mobs that you can kill with fire, so the chain lightning won't try to sort of get to those mobs as well. The chain lightning will always try to get to the nearest mobs, sometimes even if they're behind a wall or something like that. Good thing about that is sometimes you'll be able to see where there's a huge pack of mobs, because if you have lightning trying to travel through walls, like this, for instance, I can see almost, like, say, 90% of the lightning, they are trying to, or all of them now are trying to go this way. So I know there will be a huge pack of mobs in there. Had there been no mobs, had I killed every mob on the game, it will fire one single lightning in a random direction. And now that I know that there's a huge pack of mobs below me, then it's a good idea for safety as well, if I want to kite them, to make sure that there's no mobs sort of in the vicinity above me. As you can see, lots of the lightnings are still traveling this way over here, so I know that's, if I go further down, there'll be a huge pack there. Could be any mobs, including these guys. There we go. And as you can see here, the gold is just pouring in. And yeah, like I said previously, gold becomes, oddly enough, less, well, I don't know if it's odd, but it becomes less and less valuable, because there's not that much to buy really in town. I'm capped in 3 of the stats, and the 4th I can't buy an elixir of vitality, they can only drop. And my spells, like I said, they are almost capped as well. With a couple of exceptions, especially my level 4 spells, but I have to make multiple multiple runs by the witch in order for her to eventually have a book that I can buy. It's fairly rare that she does have these sort of highest level tier spell books. Or maybe often she will have no books at all you can buy. So in the end, and I think I stated that in one of my first videos, gold simply becomes worthless for a high level character. All you can use gold for is on a very rare occasion you might the vendor might have an item. And you need gold for resupplying my mana and repairs on my items, but that's about it. I'm just still picking it up because, yeah, I can't help myself, I guess. But I don't really have to. But it's also to show you how much gold you can actually make here on Nightmare from doing these level 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's see. There was a little bit that I haven't cleared here. I can see sort of the wall is broken here. It's like I'm missing this room in here. Like here. Yeah. Tiny bit, but there really wasn't anything. Well, chest. So, yeah. I'm a little bit tempted to go up to town, because town is right next to where I want to hand in these items, and I'm pretty, loaded here. One thing you also may notice, since if you watched the last couple of videos, is that I'm actually not using that much mana now, because my pool is pretty big compared to last. Last I had maybe like a mana pool of like say 650, now it's 850. My spells are doing way more damage. So yeah, I'm just not losing, but using less mana.
Hello, my friend.
Identify.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, not bad, guys. Drake's Ring of Vigor. Not too bad. So I actually could find a useful item here even on the lower of the hell levels. This is better than one of the rings I have for sure. Even though it's 20 vitality, it could have been 22 magic. That would have been really awesome. There would have been a lot of mana points on one item, but this is still better than one of the rings I have at least. So I'm quite surprised there that I got such a good ring here. But like I said, I've never seen a dragons on these levels. What can I do for you? Drakes can apparently drop. Selling the axe, the plate of the wolf, and sword of bashing. It did drop from one of the lava mobs. Maybe the lava mobs are considered sort of higher tier mobs that have a chance to drop higher tier gear. But as you can see here, the ring, I got 50 mana and 49. So naturally, I'm gonna exchange it with the 46 mana. So I get 3 extra mana points, but I also get 20 vitality. For Sorcerer it's not that great. This ring is better for a warrior actually. A warrior would get 40 hit points out of this besides the mana. I'll just get 20. As you can see, my hit points will rise from 88 to 108, and I got 3 extra mana points as well, from 852 to 855. So not too bad. Even this ring is not the one I had. It's not that bad, so I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm just gonna drop the gold here. The excessive gold that I had. I'm not gonna bother go up to the witch and buy more mana. I could prepare my gear, but yeah, I've hardly taken any damage, so I'll just skip that for now. So back and try to find the exit to level 14. I did drop a few items up here, some mana. I'm just gonna pick this up. So level 13 is clear, and I'm now gonna look for level 14. Let's see, could be below here or the top side. It was here, it's fine. Down we go. It's very rarely, like I've said before, that you'll get attacked if you just stand still where you go down, but I've seen it happen rarely. That happened to be mobs so close that they will actually attack you. So never go down on a level if you're going for coffee or whatever. Anyway, as usual, fairly careful, trying to make some room for kiting or fighting retreats, as I prefer to call it. It sounds a bit more honorable, you could say. And okay, so it seems that none of these guys likes chain lightning, and it looks like an easy clear then. So what I'm trying to do is again have all the mobs sort of in one direction, or maybe two, from where I'm standing. And you'll probably, if you've seen one of the previous videos, notice that spells is kinda crazy when it's capped here at level 16. That's multiple lightnings and they are doing a ton of damage. We got a first unique item of the day, not too bad. I don't think it's that useful, not for Sorcerer, that's for sure, but it's always interesting to find a unique item. So I didn't get to kill anything here because my lightning is traveling in all directions at the moment. I'd like to clear this room. Then I know there's nothing behind me, and all my lightning should travel in a cone in front of me now. No mobs in here either, so the only sort of place that can be mobs is in front and below me now. And as you can see here, the lightnings are sort of pretty focused on the mobs right in front of me, and that's perfect. It's what I want. And nothing wrong with a little test shooting here and there. So I haven't cleared up here, I haven't cleared down there, and I haven't cleared in front of me, so lightnings are traveling in 3 directions. Up, down, and in front of me. Yeah, but I dropped a ring, it's there. And as I got a pleasant surprise before and actually got this, my upgrade here, then yeah, it's very, very good ring. And like I said, it's such a magnificent booster item for, say, a warrior. Because like I said, for warrior it would be 49 mana points and 40 hit points. That's pretty solid for one item. I'm just gonna pick up this ring, fall back, and do any sort of immediate aggressors here. And if you can't seem to sort of get a good position to, my lightnings are traveling all sort of directions here, then just, stay where you are, maybe don't get more aggro. If you can't seem to sort of get your lightnings to do what you want them to do, then kill whatever mobs are being annoying. Or move into a better position. So what I choose to do here is clear the area above me. And then when I'm fully cleared here above, I'll walk south and it should be way easier. It's easy enough as it is, no problem. As long as I keep my distance from melee mobs, I'll be fine. So now the only uncleared areas is, it's south, but in any direction really. It's like the weakness of chain lightning is that you can't figure out that sort of shouldn't shoot, trying to shoot through the walls. It'll thin out its power a lot sometimes, because it's trying to hit mobs that it can't hit, as it can't shoot through walls. Let me put it like that. So I'm still trying to pick up all magic items just for selling them, even though I know I'm not going to use a bow or a maul, for instance.
I cannot carry anymore. I have no room.
Yeah, so I'm a bit in trouble here with... And as you can see, even though these mobs are fairly low tier, these red sort of dragons or whatever they are, they can still be annoying if they get close enough to me. Weak armor class is my Achilles heel, you could say, my weakness. Oh, there's actually an elixir of vitality, one of the stats that you can only find down here, not buy by the vendor. So my life should go from 108 to 109. So a bit above me here and a bit below. Above is cleared.
I cannot carry anymore.
And usually if I don't want to go to town because I have a lot of items dropping, I'll always say pick up a bastard sword over a maul or a bow. Especially because I'm never gonna use items like these, no matter the stats. Whereas I could be lucky that this bastard sword actually had better stats than the master sword that I bought by the blacksmith. It's unlikely, but yeah. After all, there's a microscopic chance that I could actually use the item, whereas the other items I'll never use them. That would be so for sure. I would say on average, when doing these nightmare runs, I'm getting a few more blue items that I usually would, and it's pretty much the norm that I do 2-3 runs, maybe even 4, in order to get an item, and now I got an item that I could equip the ring. So far, even though if I don't find any more on the last level 15 and 16, then yeah, I'm not complaining. One item for about an hour gameplay, that's just great, when you're playing Diablo 1 at least. So down to level 15. Oh, actually, I'm just gonna go up again. I think I missed a tiny bit right here. I can see the wall is sort of broken. Yeah, no mobs though. It's also a bit down there. So I guess I've been a little sloppy. I try to do full clears. Just for, I don't know, to sort of nurse my OCD, I suppose. Oh, a few more barrels here. It's not that I suffer from that, but I think everyone has some kind of OCD, you could say, or I think that's a completely different topic, but I think we all suffer from various mental disadvantages or illnesses, if you want to put it like that, in various degrees. So say like being bipolar or having OCD or whatever. Some people will have it on a crippling level for themselves, and other people like me, for instance, I will have, say, OCD on a slight level where I want to pick up all the gold in the game, where I don't even though I know that I don't need it. It's very slight OCD, and I can function. I can function just fine. I can even laugh about it. Whereas I actually have a colleague at my work. There was some kind of event in her life that triggered that she got some really heavy OCD, and she has had to go down quite a bit in working hours because she's completely consumed by it. I talked to her about it once, and she says that she thinks that something bad will happen if she doesn't do her ritual of opening, say, a door 10 times or something like that. So I got a level. Can't figure out what these guys are. Okay, they don't like lightning. Fine, I'll give them some lightning. There are so many mobs that the lightning is not very effective at the moment. I simply got too much aggro here. And another disadvantage from this is that, let's say they drop a ring, there's so much combat noise here that it's hard to hear if it actually drops. Alrighty, so I'm just going to replenish mana. And you might not have guessed what I'm actually going up in, because it's probably the first time I do it, but I only have one thing to go up in, and that's Vitality. I might even get capped. I can have more than 50 apparently. Let's see. So she dropped a quilted armor, and even though I don't need quilted armors, I'd like to pick up this one. It's mainly due to I'm come back and pick up the bastard sword. But it's mainly due to it's just interesting when there's a boss drop, really, what the stats actually are. And Bloodlust, or what she's called, she's always on level 15.
There's... Hello, my friend. So, stay a while and listen.
It would be a decent armor if it had been a better armor than a leather armor. Blessed Armor of the Giants, that's what she dropped. I think bosses have better chances of, say, dropping an item with two, a prefix and a suffix. So Blessed is prefix and Giants is suffix. Whereas this item only has one stat, and so has this and this. And Bow of the Dead. Chance to hit plus 10, forward dexterity, minus 3 vitality, minus 20% light radius, altered durability. So it's a terrible item, really. It's not very good.
Well, what can I do for you?
I'm just gonna sell it all, including Bow of the Dead. There we go. Repairing. And dropping all the gold here. Excessive gold anyway. I could go up to the Witch, but let's just see how far I can go with, say, one load of mana. The one that I bought initially. And in the first runs of the 10 that I made, plus the 2 that I've recorded, I killed Diablo in the second run on Nightmare. Then I had to, I think after each level 13, 14, 15, 16, I had to go up and get more mana. So it just shows how powerful the Sorcerer here has become from these by capping my spells and my stats, sort of. The more of the sort of snow witches that I kill here, the more sort of focused my lightning will become, because they're trying to hit the snow witches as well, which are much more easily killed for me by... just gonna pick up this book. It's one of the few books that I actually need. Book of Golem. Oh, wrong spell. There you go. So the chain lightnings will try to hit the snow witches, and yeah, I don't really need the chain lightnings, so I just need the chain lightnings to go after these sort of wizards. About the spell I just learned, it was Book of Golem. It was before it was level 8, now it's level 9, just to show that it was a useful book for me, even though I'm not using Golem. I can make an episode eventually, where I sort of test all the spells and see what they're all about. So I'm trying not to advance too much in order to, like I said, not have my chain lightning go in all kind of directions. But as more and more mobs drop, the chain lightning spell will become more and more focused. Drop the ring, I'm just gonna pick it up by telekinesis. There we go. Double checking that I had it. And then, like I said, there's another reason why I don't want to spray chain lightning all over all of the map here. Even if you can sort of live through all the aggro. That's because it'd be very, very hard to find a ring if you have to search a single corpse here. Let me just say that this would not be a fun place for warrior to clear, that's for sure. With all these ranged mobs, it would be very frustrating. So, doing surgical strikes here where I'm killing all these snow witches. And as you can see, all of a sudden, because I don't have any mobs behind me or above me, in the vicinity, the chain lightning immediately becomes much more focused. I can imagine it will only go for this guy. And then there's apparently some mobs in front of me as well. As soon as you cleared sort of one of the 4 quadrants here on level 15, which is always 4 quadrants, it becomes much easier to sort of disperse the chain lightning or sort of position yourself in a way that's much more efficient than pretty much how I was standing here initially. One mob left here. And as you can see, the chain lightning spell is already sort of warning me that there's a lot of mobs below me. So I don't know. I got so much room now. It's sort of different than normally, where I'm sort of overloaded in my inventory. But right now I got a lot of room. So I was thinking about clearing the room where Leoric and his minions are, because it'll always be like 3 pieces of loot then. And with my back to the wall up here, I could sort of have the lightnings go in one direction. Here I can do the same again. There we go. Exit dexterity, I'm just gonna drink it. I could sell it, but as you can see, nothing will happen. I'm capped in dexterity, so yeah, you can drink it all you like, nothing's gonna happen then. There we go. So with a little luck, probably not, I can lure out the Aurak and his minions. Depends how many of his lackeys here are blocking the way. Apparently quite a few, but as you can see, the chain lightning spell has become much more focused now. Maybe not quite, because some of them came behind me here. Like this guy. There we go. So he's in here, but there's a ton of other mobs here. By going down here, all the lightnings are going in the same direction. And I really need to do that, otherwise it's just nothing. I'm not really getting anything killed. Okay, so she dropped a short bow, hooray. I don't need it for anything. I'm just gonna go up, I'm dangerously low on mana now. Yeah, it's just hard to, you know, get the lightnings going where you want it when you have a lot of range mob that sort of keeps repositioning.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
And again, here you can see the bow that dropped from the boss had 2 stats, even though it's crap for me, but it's still 2 stats. I mean, a prefix and a suffix. Whereas the other items had 1, which is more like normal, you could say.
Well, what can I do for you?
Nothing to repair, because I only took range damage. And when the range damage is not physical, like say an arrow, then yeah, spell damage won't sort of hurt your gear, you could say. So let's see if the witch have anything interesting. I have a few extra, bringing a few extra coin with me here, so if she has something I can buy it.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Fill up my belt. Let's see. No, nothing. So I'll drop the gold. Surplus gold anyway. And to fill up my belt is around 2,000 gold. So that's what I'm keeping.
I sense a soul
I mean,
in
no less
search of
than 2,000.
answers.
There we go. And it's back to business. So, like where I said before, it was like one level, 13, 14, 15 or 16, and meaning full mana at each time. Now I'm so strong, the Sorcerer is so strong that he can clear half of, well, level 13, 14 and half of level 15 almost. So I'll try to clear from above here, meaning going above all mobs, so at least the lightnings won't travel behind me then, I mean up here. if there's any witches like that, I'll kill those first. Now that my inventory is full of mana, I'm not that keen on killing Leoric actually, but it'll make things easier with chain lightning, so I might as well kill him while I'm here now. And his minions.
I cannot carry any more.
Alrighty. There we go.
Abandon your foolish quest.
And with my maxed out
You are too late to save the
fire
child.
resist, what I wanted to show you is that
In hell.
I can take quite a beating now. It's a nightmare on hell, and you don't want to be standing in here too long, even with maximum resist.
Your madness ends here, betrayer.
Yep. Yeah, sure, I can pick up this one. And then there's a Warhammer as well. As it dropped from this boss, it's always fairly interesting to see what the stats are, I think. So, I remind myself with the teleport that there's an item up here. And now, all my chain lighting can only go south. There's no other mobs behind me, which should make things a lot easier. Again, killing the witches first. I'm gonna take the corner up here. And then, last thing, as you can see, all lighting is pretty much going in the same direction. There we go. So there was a plate mail. I'll try to remember to pick it up. Oh yeah, lots of items dropping now, and no room due to all my mana. But just to give you an idea of how much gold you can actually sort of make on these on a nightmare run, from picking up just the blue items. There it is. I'm just gonna pick them up. So there was a plate and sorry. There was a plate and a warhammer from the boss here. So the plate was there, and the warhammer was up here. There we go. I think that was it. All 4 quadrants is cleared, or are cleared, and exit to Diablo is down there. There we go. Mana shield up. And normally when I clear Nightmare here, I just need 2 spells. I need Fireball and Stone Curse. Both mobs here, the Blood Knights and the Advocates on Nightmare difficulty, will pretty much get annihilated by Fireballs. So, very nice. Just got a ring. That could be, I'd say, jewelry here on level 16 and 15 as well. It's always very interesting because these mobs are sort of considered high tier, and therefore have a chance to drop some of the really good stats. So this guy Sagorish here is always on level 16. It's the same. Oh, and another ring, very interesting. It's actually an amulet. Very lucky with the drops. Not that they have to be anything interesting, but they are more interesting than usually than items dropped from lower tier mobs on level 13, 14, or level 2 for that matter. Due to having a higher chance for the right kind of stats. Oh, for some reason, I don't know, hidden wall, something like that, buggy. I couldn't hit him, even though it looked like it. It wasn't because he was immune. He will be on hell difficulty, but he's not a nightmare. So, as usual, 4 quadrants again. And I'd say the most difficult one, beside the one by Diablo, is the open one here. But I have my stone shield here to sort of position myself in mobs in favorable positions. And that I can do on hell when I get there as well, on hell difficulty. So constantly keeping an eye on my mana pool. And I can assure you that had I not had maximum fire resist, it would not be fun taking a fireball beating from all those advocates. Especially not on hell difficulty. I try to, for safety reasons primarily, but try not to engage too many mobs at the same time. But it also has something to do with if there drops a ring, for instance. It's a good idea to have sort of a general idea of where exactly did that item drop about, instead of that it could be like the full map. So inventory is full. I'm going up, guys, and leaving sort of the item below that fills the least spots, meaning a sword, a one-handed sword. So the rings and amulet could be interesting. They won't necessarily bring me anything good, but they have a chance
Hello,
to
my friend.
have some
Stay a
awesome
while and
stats.
listen.
And as you can see, this ring, again, it dropped from one of high tier mob, so it has not, it there's no guarantee, but it has a prefix and a suffix. That's the basics you can say of getting a really good item. Unfortunately, the prefix and the suffix themselves weren't that good, especially not for Sorcerer. This is from the boss drop from one of the witches that are in by Leoric. Yeah, sure, it's something special. What was that? Here we have the amulet, also prefix suffix, pretty good for say Amazon with the bow. Not too bad, resist all 23 and 17 dexterity. So it dropped from the boss on Sorcerer. The rest is mediocre. I'm just gonna sell it all. Not that interesting really.
Well, what can I do for you?
I'm not complaining though, I got a better ring, so I would say that's all you can expect from a run.
What can I do for you?
If you can get one item per run, and by run I mean level 13, 14, 15, 16, and about an hour of gameplay. It's gonna be a little longer this time because I had a lot of explanation to do initially. But one item an hour, that's pretty huge. And as your item gets better and better, it will definitely be less than
I sense a soul in search of answers.
Let's see. Yeah. No books. Emerald, very rare. Sorry. Emerald is a very rare stat to drop. I've seen it 1, 2, 3 times, something like that, total from all the hours that I've played, that it can drop from mobs. Emerald resist all from, say, 41 to 50, I think, resist all. So, I'm just gonna drop all the gold here. And refill with mana. And as you can see, the gold is just pouring in here.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
There we go. And I started out with 65.5 or 65.7, I think it was actually. And as you can see now, I'm at 69.3, so about 4 million so far I've gained. Could be interesting now that I got a level. Let's see if I can kill one mob. To see if I'm getting 36, my formula here, 36 times 200 experience, meaning I should get 7,200 experience. That would mean that I would be at 40,253. Let's see if we can aggro one more. I can just kill this guy really. So, currently at 33,053, and that should be 36 times 200 is 7,200, so yeah, 40,253. That's about 40,253. So I'm still getting maximum possible experience. That's my point. Book of Fireball, no Firebolt, no thanks. I'm capped already. Oh, massive pack. That could kill me if I sort of teleported into a pack like that. I definitely want to make some distance here. They will hit me for, I think, around 100, something like that. With 50, we can test it. When there's one left. Oh, so unfortunately I killed all of them.
I cannot carry anymore.
But there will be others to take their place, I'm sure. So there's one here. I'm at... Let's go full mana. Just gonna see how much he will sort of clip me for average. I blocked with my shield. 4 times block. I think 5. That's not normal. 6, 7, 8. Ah, okay. So he hit me twice. Yeah, enough. And how much did I lose? I don't know, 100 120, 30 hit points. So it hits me on an average, I think, 65, something like that. But if you happen to, you know, being careless with your teleport and you're just teleporting around, teleporting into a stack of knights there, they can very, very fast sort of chop you down, like a stack like that. So I would advise you not to. And they will sort of stun lock you at the same time. So you won't be able to get a spell off, including, yeah, teleport so you can get away. Or fireball kill them. Hello. So this arm, I'm just gonna drop it. It's indestructible, meaning that there will never be any repair cost on it, but it's a crappy stat. So if anything's indestructible, it will never be sort of, you could say, the best possible slot, so, or the best possible stats, so I'll just, yeah, there's no reason to carry it around. The lever I just opened this door over here in the top right quadrant, but I'm always clearing the last level here in the same way, meaning that I clear out sort of all the exterior and then I clear the interior last. There we go. And when I have aggro, there's no reason to advance. If I can sort of shoot from where I'm standing at least. Son of Knights coming behind me, and I just made it in sort of the nick of time here to get away from them. By the way, the fireballs, there's so much splash damage on them besides the actual fireball itself. That is not unusual that they kill 2-3 mobs at the same time on the splash damage, which is doing the same amount of damage that the fireball itself is doing. I think I dropped, it was a helmet. We're gonna pick that up. Again, it's on level, I'd say on level 15 and 16, and from the lava moors where I got this very, very good ring here. It's always interesting to pick up the items just to see the stats.
Where would I put this?
Whereas usually the lower tier mobs, of course, is not that interesting. It will rarely surprise you with something really good. Please stop do that. There you go. Nobody home there. And yes, Stone Curse will just make things a bit easier. I could Stone Curse if I wanted to the ranged spot. But normally they will like die now from 1, 2, 3 fireballs, so it's almost faster just to, or safer maybe even to just kill the range. Without using mana for Stone Curse. There we go. Alright, so up to the sort of first closed quadrant, the one up here in the top right corner. There we go. Drop the shield.
I cannot carry anymore.
So this is called sort of wall hack. So it looks like I'm shooting directly at the sky, but not hitting the mouse. Then this lever will open the door down here. 4 doors actually, there, 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 and there. And by mistake, I could actually, I don't feel like testing it at all, but I could actually by mistake teleport right into Diablo even though the doors are closed. I don't think it would be a very pleasant experience though, for me. So peekaboo here. I even opened one of the levers into Diablo, reach open for the door. And to thin out their numbers, I just lure the melee guys out, 1 door at a time. Hello. And another amulet. I'd say this is way above average. Normally I'll get like 1 ring or 1 amulet on this level. And this is the 3rd piece of jewelry. Oh. Normally I don't open the last lever, it's down here before I clear it all. So I'm 100% sure that no sort of stray fireball will hit Diablo and all of a sudden he's coming running. Middle of a, yeah, and I'm killing his bodies here. So, just see if any of the advocates, the range, they sort of teleported out of here. So I won't get surprised by one of them while I'm interfering Diablo's party over here. So as usual, lure out the melees. That's usually 3-4 mobs here at each of the sort of the 4 gates, you could say here. And if I keep sort of a distance, I should be fine, and I won't get aggro from Diablo you don't have to hug the wall, but being fairly close to it, like this. So I'm counting the knights at 3, maybe 4. It's coming at me. 1, 2, 3. And refill mana. And again, not hugging the wall completely. I can maybe even go this close. And I got 3 knights coming at me. 2 and 3. Cool. And the last opening. And after that I'm just gonna aggro Diablo himself. Get him away from the last of the mobs. There's no point killing him. I don't think he gives me any experience, even if he drops that item, which I'm not quite sure if he does. But the game stops as soon as you kill him, so... There's a couple of the range here because they sort of peeked a bit too far. There he is. But even if he dropped an item, Diablo, then I wouldn't be able to pick it up because the game ends. Which is, yeah, retarded. But I guess Blizzard learned their lesson, and eventually, you know, boss drops from boss would be the thing. Say like in World of Warcraft, for instance. Yeah, okay. So I've lured him far enough that I can sort of jumping over this massive wall. Very few times he's been able to find his way back to me, but what I can do is just go all the way down here. I dropped him up here in this area. He's not able, well, he haven't got the brains to go back this way down to me, so now I'm in the clear and I can just annihilate the rest of his guys for experience, but also because advocates are top tier, and therefore when they're top tier they're always interesting to see. I think it was like this guy dropped something. Therefore it's always interesting to see what they drop. What kind of stats will be tied that they drop. Sounded like this guy dropped a helmet or something like that, but I guess he didn't. I can imagine there's a straggler too. Just looked like it though. Oh, 1 now. And that's pretty much it. So, full clear here, going up to town. And just to show you, yeah, how much gold I got out of this, I'm just gonna drink all surplus mana here. I'm gonna identify what I have. The only thing that could be interesting is the necklace. And I already have a pretty
my
good necklace, so...
Stay a while and listen.
9 to all, yeah, it's mediocre, but it's a pretty high, sort of high tier stat.
Well, what can
the
I
one
do
I
for
had
you?
here, the Amulet of the Zodiac, is like the prime example of that. But it would actually be possible to get, say, actually it would be possible to get Dragon's Amulet of the Zodiac, and that would be pretty great, actually. Maybe not even for Sorcerer. The top tier item that I can imagine would be like Dragon's Amulet with 60 mana would be max of Wizardry. Would be plus 30 to magic. That would be a total of 120 mana points, which is maximum possible really for an item.
What can I do for you?
Let's sell. There we go, repairing. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna spend my gold, and it's gonna take probably an hour as well. I could just dump the gold and carry on. But it's what I've done so far, and I'm still missing out on a few spells. You could see Charge Bolt there and Heal Other, and the more expensive spells here are a Book of Teleport when she actually has one, which is pretty rare, is 20,000 gold. The Book of Bloodstar is the most expensive, is 27,500 gold. So You can spend the money if there's something to buy, of course, but it's just fairly rarely that Windows has something. But it's just to show you, including the stuff that I bought so far, which is actually nothing now that I'm thinking. I don't think I bought any books. And I might not even have room. Let's just try.
I cannot carry any more.
As you can see, this is a full load. So I made a ton of gold, more than normally, I'd say. I got 197,263, and I actually got a 20,000 extra. I'd say my average is typically around, say, 140,000. But I was pretty lucky with the drops here. So what I do is just
sense a soul
see if she
in
has
search of
anything
answers.
now that I'm here. She has Book of Fireball and Flame Wave, and I'm pretty sure I'm capped there already. Fireball 16, Flame Wave 16, so I don't need them. What I do then is that normally I would make a new game, because then I can look at the blacksmith as well as the witch. The blacksmith will have the same items when you log in, unless you get a level, which I actually did. But then he will change the top 3 levels to something else. That can be a problem if he has an item that is one of the top 3 items on his list, and you're about to get a level, because they'll disappear if you get a level. Is it the lower 3? I don't remember. But he will lose 3 of the items, and that's a problem if you're about to level and you want to buy something from him. But when you go up and down like this with the witch here,
I sense a soul in
she should
search
have
of
a new.
answers.
See, now she has a Book of Stonecurse instead. Book of Stonecurse is capped for me as well. It's level 16 as well. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and then eventually I'm going to pick up the gear that I have down by the blacksmith. And yeah, probably make 10 more runs. And when I've made 10 more runs, I'm probably going to make a new episode. I might even start on Hell at that point if I'm not getting my formula experience, which is 36. Sorry. 36 times 200, meaning 7,200 experience. So, without further ado, guys, and thank you for watching, including all my number crunching and stuff. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great new year, by the way.